I built a full product with a database, with dark mode, with email subscriptions in 2 nights. And I don't know how to code. Not that I know a little bit of code, zero, nothing. I don't know at all. Now, this video is me walking you through exactly how I did it. Every tool, every decision, every shortcut, so you can do the same thing. Now, quickly before I tell you how I built it, I need to tell you what the hell I built. So here's a quick 60 seconds on what I built because context matters. It's called Vibe Stack and you can check it out right now. Link in description and also in somewhere in the top in the message. But yeah, let me share my screen and exactly show you that. Now, the idea came from a personal problem. I was going deep into trying to learn vibe coding. Now, because of that, I was learning about different tools, finding MCP servers, finding cool projects, bookmarking resources, and everything was a bit scattered everywhere. So, I built my own handpicked library, a personal curation of everything on vibe coding. This is not something very basic. It has a lot of features from dark mode to light mode to proper database in the backend for all these things, tags and categories, and caching so that everything that loads out here doesn't keep calling my APIs, email subscription so you can just subscribe to new weekly drops of Vibe Stack, and a suggestion to drop in, and also to see when was it last updated and a proper search. These all things were built without any knowledge of coding, and all of this in 2 nights. So that's the point of this video. Let me go back and talk you through the process. Now let's start from the beginning. Let me break down exactly how I went from idea to a live product. So the step one is to dump your idea in chat into ChatGPT. Now don't overthink this. Open ChatGPT, enable the research and thinking mode. If you're just at the moment figuring out your idea, don't do that. Don't want to waste it, but still enable the thinking mode. And then just talk through your idea. I always recommend starting with a problem you are personally facing because then you can relate and understand it better than anyone. From here on, once you have like sorted the whole idea that you want to write, as you can see, I have given it a top level idea. Ask that I want to build something like this, a PRD. Keep refining the idea as I showed, as I mentioned. And then once you're a bit sure, turn on the research mode from here. Yep. Select the deep research mode out here generally. And once you select the deep research mode, ask it to create the PRD. So let me quickly go on that. This is what I created for the PRD. Now this is the first level of the PRD. You can ask it to create more iterations like this out here. And once you're done with that, let's go to the next step. Weird. So before I get into the step 2, let me tell you why did I choose ChatGPT and not Claude here. Simple, because Claude tokens are precious. I don't want to burn them for ideation. Save I will rather save Claude for like the whole actual building. Let's put the PRD into the Claude code. Now this is where the magic happens. Claude Code runs inside Claude Desktop. You need to install Claude Desktop first, and you need a pro subscription to access Claude Code. The model I'm using is Sonnet 4.6, not Opus 4.6, because that drains my weekly tokens quota way too fast. Sonnet 4.6 is the sweet spot for someone who doesn't know how to code. Now put in the PRD, select the right folder from here, choose the plan mode, and ask it to ask it to create a new project altogether and ask it to give you a whole plan. So we're going to give you a whole plan, go through that plan and just approve it and then starts building. Go and have a cup of coffee, cup of tea. Is going to take a while to build it, and it's going to build you and give you like a whole output like this. It's going to It depends on what kind of prompt you give, but it's going to give you the project structure, the location, and the next steps to make it run depending on the kind of project you are running. Once you've done the first building, in my scenario for VibeStack, I had to set up the hosting and the database. So let's go and do that first and then come back here. Now to set it up, you need to go to your Vercel account, create a normal Vercel account, normal hobby account that you have. And then out there, create a add new and click on project. That would basically ask you to connect your GitHub repository. I have connected my GitHub repository and just you need to click on the import for it to import it and start building. That's all that's required. Next in Supperbase, do the same thing. Go and create a new account, click on new project and add your project details. And that's all you need to do. And the whole Supperbase account is set up. Now, yeah, these things look super simple. One more thing, connect a GitHub account through connectors in Claude. Let me quickly show you. Go to connectors and connect a GitHub account and ask it to commit every new feature you add. This is non-negotiable for two reasons. You need GitHub to deploy on Vercel and it gives you version history. So if something breaks, you can always roll back. When you're just starting and nothing is in production yet, don't worry about branches. Just push everything to main. Branches come later when you are confident and want to have more features. Engineers would surely go against this, but this is just if you're just starting by, don't have to spend your time figuring out. Now, here are a few tips for not losing your mind. A few things I wish someone told me a bit before I started, so I did not, literally lose my mind. On all the errors you face, don't panic. That is generally how vibe coding works. You need to go through the errors. Just paste the error directly into Claude and it will find and fix it. That's literally its job. That's what you're paying $20 for. For summaries for things you don't understand, where Claude assumes it's very, just gives you some steps and you don't understand how to do the step. You don't need to ask Claude to explain them. Again, to avoid using the token, just copy and paste them in ChatGPT Gemini and try to figure it out. On prompting, always remind Claude that you are a non-coder when you're asking it to do something new. You can also put this, like, don't have to mention it exactly, but in my Claude environment, I have mentioned multiple times so it remembers it. But if you're just got the pro, then maybe it's worth mentioning that you're non-coder. And lastly, for a domain, I bought it from GoDaddy and got a cheap .in because .com was not available also. And it just takes hardly any time to set up on Vercel. But yeah, that's how I build VibeStack. No rocket science out here, something super simple. Just to give you a quick revision, create your PRD on ChatGPT, ask it, go to Claude Code and ask it to make the whole thing with a plan first. Try to do the whole error finding and solving it. Host it on Vercel, set up your database if you need it for your project. And if you are passionate enough, buy a domain and connect it to your Vercel account. Vercel and Supperbase is free. Claude Code, you need a pro subscription. For ChatGPT and Gemini, you don't need it. But if you want, you can have any one of it. I generally have of ChatGPT, so I just use it. See you in the next one. I'm trying to build something really cool right now in the Pinterest area. So yeah, see you in the next one. And yeah, if you want to keep track of all this and what I'm building and all these things, I'm gonna keep putting things on vibestack.in. Yeah, thank you for your time.